Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. This time we're going to be tackling revenge thrillers.
I like it.
We've got a list of 8 movies that we're going to be looking at, and they're pretty brutal.
Yeah, and from all over the place, too, right?
Yeah.
We've got South Korea.
And Nigeria.
Spain, spanning a few decades, too, so...
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this whole revenge thing...
Yeah, how it's treated differently over time.
Yeah, exactly. So let's jump right in.
Okay, let's do it.
Our first movie, this is Joe Pilho, The Dawning Rage from South Korea.
Okay.
Also known as Bad Police.
Bad Police. I like it already.
Yeah, this one's interesting because it throws kind of a curveball right from the beginning.
How so?
You've got a corrupt detective who is teaming up with a teenage girl.
Okay, so not your typical
duo.
crime-fighting duo.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, it's interesting they use this kind of unlikely partnership to explore morality. Yep. You know, the detective, he's driven by revenge, of course.
Right.
But he's also trying to expose this big corporate conspiracy.
Okay.
So it makes you wonder, are his actions justified, even though he's not exactly playing by the rules?
Yeah, like, where's that line?
Exactly. And the movie really makes you think about that.
Today, teaching myself to make a homemade blasting cap. If this works, it'll be...
Okay, well, let's move on to How to Blow Up a Pipeline from 2022.
Okay.
This one's based on a book that actually advocates for, like, pretty radical environmental activism.
Oh, wow.
So I'm expecting this to be pretty intense.
Yeah, this one definitely pushes the boundaries.
Okay.
It follows a group of activists who decide to resort to eco-terrorism to make a statement about climate change.
It's an interesting way to get your point across.
Yeah, it's definitely effective in terms of grabbing attention.
For sure.
The heist elements are really well done. It's a gripping watch, but it's really that moral question at the heart of it all that stays with you.
What do you mean?
Like, can you justify extreme measures, even if it's for a cause you believe in?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Really makes you think.
Which one of you killed my son?
Okay, well, let's switch gears completely.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go to Nigeria with The Black Book.
Okay.
This is from 2023, and it was huge on Netflix.
I remember seeing that.
It seems like it really taps into that universal fear of a parent fighting for their child.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's like that worst nightmare scenario.
Yeah, you're completely helpless.
Yeah, exactly. So this film centers on a father who's desperately trying to clear his son's name.
How did he get in trouble?
He's falsely accused of something.
Oh, wow.
But what makes it even more compelling is that he's up against this system of corruption.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So it's not just about proving his son's innocence?
No, he's battling the whole system.
Wow, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it really is. It's like David versus Goliath.
I can see why that would resonate with people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something we can all relate to on some level, that feeling of being powerless against a larger force.
Okay, let's go to Spain now with Extremo.
Okay.
This is from 2021, and it looks like a pretty classic revenge story.
Okay,
You know, it's got that kind of brutal edge to it.
I see.
On the surface, it's a retired hitman
Okay.
whose family was murdered
Ooh, by who?
by his own brother.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, and now he's out for revenge.
So I'm guessing there are some intense action scenes.
Oh yeah, the fight sequences are supposed to be incredible.
Okay, cool.
But what I find interesting is that the film doesn't shy away from the consequences of all that violence.
What do you mean?
Like, the fight scenes are really visually stunning,
Okay.
but they also have this sense of brutality and despair to them.
So it's not just glorifying the violence.
No, it's making you think about the toll it takes.
Yeah, like, is revenge ever really satisfying?
Or does it just lead to more pain?
Exactly.
Good question.
By the name of Dylan Forrester.
He's one of my most interesting, most promising patients.
Okay, let's go back to the US now for Dangerous.
Right.
This is also from 2021, and it stars Scott Eastwood.
Okay.
He plays a reformed sociopath.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, who gets pulled back into his old life when something happens.
What happened?
His brother is murdered,
Oh,
and he has to figure out who did it.
okay.
And to make things even more interesting, Mel Gibson is in it too.
No way. What's he playing?
He plays Eastwood's psychiatrist.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting pairing.
Yeah, it is. And I think the film is exploring this whole idea of redemption.
Okay.
Like, can someone with a dark past truly change?
Right.
Eastwood's character is trying to leave violence behind, but then this happens.
And he's forced to confront those demons again.
Yeah, and I think that internal struggle is what makes it so compelling.
Yeah, that battle between who you were and who you want to be.
Exactly.
Grace, please tell me what happened. What did he do to you?
Okay, so let's switch gears completely. A Fall from Grace, 2020. This one's directed by Tyler Perry.
Wait, Tyler Perry, as in Medea Tyler Perry.
Yes!
I wouldn't think of him for a thriller, but I'm open to it.
Trust me, this one is good. It starts with a woman confessing to her husband's murder.
So, open and shut case.
That's what you think. But her lawyer, he starts to suspect something's not right.
There's more to this story.
Way more. And the secrets start to unravel. Betrayals, hidden motives. Tyler Perry knows how to keep you hooked.
I have to say, I'm impressed already. This is not what I expected.
I know. But what I like is that he still creates characters you really feel for. Even if you're flawed, you get invested.
So it's not just a puzzle to solve, it's about the people, too.
Exactly. Flashbacks, shifting points of view, you're never sure who to believe.
Sounds like a great movie night pick.
This is how it starts. It builds and builds. Has a life of its own.
Okay, let's shift to something a little different now with the card counter.
Okay.
This is from 2021, and it takes us into the world of gambling.
Okay.
The main character is a former military interrogator.
Ooh, okay, that's a different kind of background.
Yeah, and he finds this kind of solace in the world of card counting.
I see.
You know, it's very regimented.
Boy, lots of order.
Yeah, exactly. But his past comes back to haunt him.
How so?
He meets a young man who's seeking revenge,
Oh.
and he sees a chance to maybe find some redemption by helping this guy.
So it's not just about winning at cards.
No, it's about something much deeper.
It's about facing his demons.
Exactly.
I like that it's not just a surface level revenge story.
Yeah, there are a lot of layers to this one. And visually, too, I've heard it's really striking.
Yeah, the director uses a lot of close-ups and like stark lighting.
What effect does that have?
It really emphasizes the protagonist's isolation
Oh, I see.
and his internal struggle.
Wow. So it sounds like the visuals are working with the story.
Yeah, to create a really immersive experience.
I have to check that one out.
What are you doing at my house?
What's going on?
Your father, Jacob Holbrook. When was the last time you spoke?
Okay, last one for this part.
Okay, bring it on.
We are headed into the wilderness with the Marsh King's daughter.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
This is from 2023, and it stars Daisy Ridley.
I love her.
She plays a woman who's confronting her past in a very real way.
How so?
Her father is this dangerous criminal who kidnapped her mother years ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he's still out there, and she's determined to bring him to justice.
So it's like a cat and mouse chase through the wilderness.
Exactly, and the setting really becomes this character in itself.
What do you mean?
It's visually stunning,
Okay.
but it also feels very isolating and dangerous.
Oh, I see.
It reflects her inner turmoil.
So she's battling the elements as well as her past.
It's a powerful story of survival and resilience.
It sounds amazing. Well, that wraps up our revenge thriller marathon. We've journeyed from South Korea to Nigeria, from Spain to the American wilderness, and everywhere in between.
It's incredible how many different stories filmmakers have told within this one genre. It really shows the complexity of the human experience, how we deal with betrayal, loss, and that deep desire for justice.
And it's been so fun exploring these films with you. Hopefully we've given our listeners some new movies to add to their watch lists.
Definitely. Because let's face it, sometimes there's nothing more satisfying than watching a well-crafted revenge story unfold on screen.
So dim the lights, grab the popcorn, and get ready for a cinematic thrill ride. Until next time, happy watching.